Over the past year, over 90% of us have probably experienced online food ordering and delivery of some sort. Amid the COVID-19 crisis, the on-demand food delivery industry has become even more relevant, as it is characterized by heavy competition and network effect from two-sided platforms. So today, our goal is to show you how Caviar has successfully carved out a profitable niche for itself, while Uber Eats pursued an aggressive share-taking strategy. Today, our agenda is that we'll start by introducing the on-demand food industry, then we'll present to you our detailed analysis on Caviar and Uber Eats businesses, as well as their marketing strategies and tactics. After that, we'd like to share with you our recommendation for Caviar and how it should define its niche from the intense competition. Let's start with the industry. So in 2019, the on-demand food market generated $22 billion of revenue. It is dominated by DoorDash, Grubhub, Uber Eats, and arguably Postmates. So observing the pie chart on the left, you'll realize that the industry is heavily concentrated, with the top four players holding 91.4% of the total market share. In this kind of environment, threat of new entrants is very low as new players struggle to achieve economies of scale. However, induced by the major network effect, the industry is extremely competitive. Strong referral programs and discount campaigns characterize its intense promotional effort. The strong network effect, however, exists for a very good reason. So before food delivery became mainstream, eating out has multiple pain points. Specifically, uneven demand throughout the day and information opacity haunt customers and restaurants alike. For the customers, they want variety in cuisine, high food quality at high convenience, and short wait time. However, dining rush hours mean slow seating and long travel time, and untransparent pricing information restaurants are to compare. So on the other side, restaurants want publicity, broad service area, and low downtime as labor is very costly. Nevertheless, they're confined to local diners and experience long downtime in non-dining hours. While delivery is tangible for larger restaurants, it is too expensive for smaller operators. To resolve this uneven demand and information opacity, two-sided platforms dominate the on-demand food market. By eliminating travel time and offering convenience to customers, businesses like Caviar and Uber Eats smoothen demands throughout the day. This really helps customers to reduce their wait time and restaurants to lower their downtime and maximize labor utilization. By providing easy-to-compare pricing and quality information across restaurants, they reduce customer search costs and help restaurants to increase their publicity. By handling logistics for delivery, these businesses allow even the smallest operators, like even a food truck, to access a much larger customer pool. Since restaurants want exposure to more customers and customers want to have access to a greater number of restaurants, these two-sided platforms exhibit extremely strong network effect, which explains the intense rivalry among the incumbents. In response to this challenging environment, Caviar and Uber Eats took entirely different approaches. So now, Jason will tell you more about Caviar and Uber Eats businesses.
Okay, thanks Weiting for the industry overview. Now I'm going to talk about some basic information of these two companies. First, Uber Eats. I believe it is a company which most of people have heard about because of the brand Uber. And Uber Eats is exactly a platform supported by Uber's strong ride-sharing driver network. And it is an unique advantage that Uber Eats has in this industry. It not only helps to decrease the delivery time significantly, but also provides an option for the Uber driver to maximize their time utilization. For example, Uber drivers can carry an order from Uber Eats while riding a customer to a similar destination. This abundant driver supply helps Uber Eats to save the delivery cost and also expands their market share in an unprecedented way. In the previous slides, we showed that by 2019, Uber Eats took 25% market share, but in 2016, the number is only about 3%. The speed of growth is incredible. And Uber Eats also started its business worldwide. Compared to Uber Eats, Caviar is pretty different. In 2012, Jason Wang founded Caviar to deliver upscale food, focusing on the finest restaurant with local couriers. Caviar offers food delivery service across different platforms like iOS and PC, and targets metropolitan areas for potential customers. Here we can see that while Uber Eats covers more general customers, Caviar only focuses on one specific part of customers. Looking at the customer segmentation graph, we can have a better view about this difference. Delivery platforms segment both restaurant and diner. At the left side, we can differentiate diners by ages, income, and behavior. And at the right side, restaurants can be differentiated by location and service type. Here is a line cut through these delivery platforms, which clarify the segmentation for Caviar. Caviar targets young customers with high income who are somewhat picky about food, while targeting those best restaurants with high price level in urban areas. These features make Caviar stand out in this competitive industry, carrying a 2.7% market share consistently. And we also created a perception map to show why Caviar can survive and stay strong in this industry. In this map, the x-axis is affordability, which measures whether the price is expensive or not, and the y-axis is availability, which represents how easily the service and food can be offered. We can see that Caviar is in a position which doesn't have lots of competition.
In terms of the operation model for Caviar, it starts with the restaurant selection. For every new city that Caviar targets, they would launch their employees to perform their own rigorous on-the-ground market research to understand the customer's preference in that city and identify the high-demand restaurants. Restaurants must also score at least 4 stars on Yelp to be considered. After inking the deal with the restaurant via its sales force and using its past successes in other cities, the company will then send photographers and foodies employees to sample the menu. Finally, the foodies will pick dishes that pass their taste tests to add onto the Caviar website, and the photographers will take professional food snapshots from multiple angles and under various lightings to add onto Caviar. The company has built up a curated menu from the top-rated, most sought-out restaurants via this restaurant's onboarding process. Here's an interface comparison between Caviar and Uber Eats. On the left side, we have Caviar's homepage. A pro compared to the Uber Eats page is that they have specific suggestions based on the dietary needs of their customers, such as the Mediterranean diet, organic food, or simply low carbs. However, what they lack is a filter option that is presented on the Uber Eats page, on top of the Uber Eats page. This filter is important because it adds the convenience and ease to users who know what they want to have and have a range of expectations. Another factor that could possibly be held against Caviar is that after scrolling through the initial couple sections on that homepage, such as daily deals, pickup spots near you, they've decided to add specific categories onto the homepage, such as pizza, burger, and Thai food. This could possibly overwhelm the users and also underutilize their search page. Speaking of the search page, as we can see, Caviar's is relatively plain and simple compared to Uber Eats. Uber Eats first shows the top categories, the most popular ones, and then under that they have a complete list of categories with appropriate visual component in the background. I believe to combat this simplicity, Caviar can bring the categories in the homepage onto this search page. And now we have Catherine talking about the marketing environment.
Now I will analyze the marketing mix of Uber Eats and Caviar. In terms of product, both platforms produce food delivery service, and Uber Eats delivers foods across different quality levels, but Caviar focuses on food delivery from most top-rated restaurants, which it has unique and strong partnerships with. And for prices, although we see that Caviar charges a relatively higher service fee, this is because Caviar only deals with the best of the best restaurants in your city. And this actually saves customers costs because they will never have to worry about testing the water with those mediocre restaurants. So Caviar have done all the work for their customers and give them access to the best their cities have to offer. So its service worth a reasonably higher price. And although we see that Caviar also charges a slightly higher delivery fee, this is because it only hires experienced couriers. So for Uber Eats, its delivery partners, they have no requirement of interview, only 1 year driving experience required, and the background check requirement varies by city. However, for Caviar, all couriers are required to pass a background check, pass an exam, take an in-person interview, and the drivers must have at least 2 years driving experience. So overall, this is a recipe for timely deliveries and more professional service. And although the price is slightly higher, it is a win-win situation for everyone involved. So now let's take a look at promotion. For Uber Eats, it has a very diverse promotion strategies, while Caviar mainly focuses on digital ads and direct marketing through its official blog and its app. And we will give more promotion strategies suggestions for Caviar in following slides. And for Place, both platforms use agent channels, but they have different focuses on restaurants and consumers. And even if there is a horizontal channel conflict, Caviar can still differentiate itself by its strong and mature partnerships with over 2,000 vendors across the country, and many of them sell exclusively through Caviar. So now Anderson will jump in and talk about how Caviar should react to current competitive threats.
Thank you, Catherine, for explaining the market mix for Caviar. Now let's shift focus a little bit and talk about how could Caviar maintain its market niche. As Weiting previously mentioned, the food delivery service is an utterly saturated market, and many dominant players, especially Uber Eats, are currently eyeing on Caviar's high margin niche in order to further enhance their presence in the urban areas. Therefore, for Caviar, the most urgent task for us ought to be defending our niche by being more active in terms of promotional activities that target middle-high class urban audience through establishing new marketing campaign. Hence, our group came up with a few suggestions for Caviar to implement in the future. First, referrals. Our competitors Seamless, Uber Eats, Postmates all have referral systems that provide certain benefits. For example, Postmates will grant a $100 delivery credit for both the new and existing customers. Therefore, we want to establish a word-of-mouth reputation through establishing a referral system, which generates more customers. Second is the review system. As my colleague Jeffrey previously mentioned, Uber Eats allows its customers to rate the restaurants as well as the delivery. By merging a review system into our user interface, we'll ensure a better dining experience for our users while helping our employees to conduct a better and more delicious, I would say, restaurant list. Third, like Uber Eats VIP, providing tangible benefits for the most loyal customers, such as free deliveries, discount, and free dining, will efficiently increase the app stickiness to help us maintain our niche. And last but not least, as we're doing research, we recognize that Caviar are currently lack of marketing efforts, whether it is digital or traditional ads. Therefore, we want to imitate ACE's approach for the marketing campaign and choose an advertising agency for establishing our brand image. Among all these agencies, we think that Great Group is an ideal choice for us. So why Great Group? It is a global marketing and advertising agency with headquarters in NYC, and recently opened its second headquarters in San Francisco in 2015. Having many successful partnerships with many unicorn companies such as Semantic, Landing Tree, and etc., it is deemed as one of the 50 most innovative companies. Thus, we think that Great Group's value essentially aligns with Caviar's, that we endeavor to provide the best experience for our customers with the most innovative ideas. Through working closely with Great Group, we are confident that we're able to let more and more people perceive the luxury of upscale brand image of Caviar.
With that being said, Caviar is currently operating as an upscale dining niche segment of the food delivery industry, whereas Uber Eats is operating along various qualities of the food delivery industry. As mentioned earlier, if Caviar manages to partner with Great Group, they will be able to further establish their luxury upscale image that would steer them away from the rest of the competitors within the food delivery industry. Thank you.